Hey, welcome everybody. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, 1980 Oakland A's Fall Classic Baseball. We are outside, and we stepped outside, so we got the dogs out here, so we may be interrupted, so I'll have to do some editing, but it's okay. Fall Classic Baseball, the first thing you do when you have your starter is you roll to see if he's got his A, B, or C stuff, so we're going to do that right now. So I always roll the Oakland A's first. That's the team I'm replaying. And it's a 6, and that's going to be his A stuff. So Matty Keough is expected, not guaranteed, that he will have a pretty good outing. All right. And the next pitcher is going to be Rennie Martin. And we're going to roll for Rennie Martin as well. Here's the D20, and that is a 17. So he's going to have his worst stuff and his C stuff. And we go from there. All right, so it's going to be Matt Keough versus Willie Wilson. And I'll go over the lineup for the Kansas City Royals. Kansas City Royals are in first place, by the way, and the Athletics, I believe, are in second. Wilson in left field, leading off. White batting second at second base. Batting cleanup is the third baseman, George Brett. In 1980, he had a unforgettable season. Cleanup is Willie Mays Aikens. Batting fifth is John Wathan, the catcher. Sixth is Amos Soto, the center fielder. Pete Lecoq, the first baseman, batting seventh. Batting eighth is Clint Hurdle, the right fielder. And batting ninth is going to be shortstop UL Washington. And the lineup for the Oakland Athletics is going to be Ricky Henderson in left field, leading off. Batting second is Dwayne Murphy, the center fielder. Batting third is Dave Revering, the first baseman. Batting cleanup is Wayne Gross, the third baseman. Fifth is the DH, Mitchell Page. Sixth is Tony Armas, the right fielder. Jim Essian, the catcher, batting seventh. Batting eighth is Mickey Klutz at shortstop today. And the second baseman batting ninth is Mike Edwards. That's the lineup for the Oakland Athletics. All right, so let's play a couple innings of this, and I'll teach you how to play it. Let me get everything into view, because I don't seem to have everything into view. There it is. All right, so let's do it. Let's roll. You roll 2d6 and then, of course, a d20. So we have a red and a white. We're going to read the red first, and then, of course, we have the red d20. I usually like to change up the d20. I don't like to have it the same color as my other colors, but that's what I have right now. I'm outside. I'm not going to go indoors. So here goes. Here's 3 innings of Fall Classic Baseball, 1980 Kansas City, first place team against the second place team, Oakland Athletics. And that's going to be a 26. Now that's usually a splits number. We read off Wilson, the batter card, and that's just a straight up single. So a single, he was a it looks like 326 hitter. So that's the line base hit. And on at first is Willie Wilson. Frank White. Frank White's up next. And that looks like I don't have a lot of light right now. It's late in the day. It looks like it's a 15, I believe. Let me just put that in. Yep. I could bring out a lamp, but I'm not going to do it just yet. If I have a lot of trouble, then I will bring up a lamp. I'll bring out a lamp. 15, and 15 is going to be an out. What kind of an out? It's a 1. And the 1 is a comebacker to the pitcher with a runner on first. He's going to turn around and throws the second for the force and no throw to first as Wilson goes in hard and breaks it up. So now we have Frank White at first base with 1 out. And here's George Brett. And that looks like it is a 22, and that's going to be trouble. That's going to be line base hit. And will that send White to third? I don't know, because I didn't bring out my cards. All right, we're going to pull a card, and we're going to see if that's a base hit to right center field for the lefty Brett. And we're going to see if Frank White makes it to third. It says first to third, hold. If 1 out, there is 1 out, then it is a potential assist to the right fielder. And the right fielder is going to be Armas. Armas arm. Let's see what Armas arm is. Tony Armas arm rating is right field is an A, so it's an average. But that's risk. We got a 5 there. So the assist is a 5. So It looks like it's going to be an assist. We're going to throw a D6. If it's a 5 or less, they throw Frank White out of third, and they do. So Frank White tries for third, and he gets thrown out by Tony Armas, 9-5. 2 out and a runner on first, George Brett. And then we get a 22. He's going to have a chance to steal the base. And he's a 2 with our catcher. Today's catcher is Essien. And let's see what Essien is. Essien as a catcher is a strong arm, so that's going to be a 12. It's a -2 with a strong arm. So, and we're going to roll 12 or less, and there goes Brett, the throw down, and he is safe at second base with a stolen base. Gets in under the tag, and here's Willie Mays Aikens. Here's a pitch from Keogh. We'll run around second, 2 outs. We've had a lot. Ooh, that's a snake eyes. Snake eyes is usually trouble, and that's strike 3. And no, just missed. Chased the ball outside of the zone. And it's no runs, 2 hits, 1 left, and we move to the bottom of the first. So just like that, we played half an inning of Fall Classic Baseball. Try out this game. The PDFs are $20. You can just print out a couple of teams and try it out. And you get you can download all the free rules. I think I did that, and I read all the rules, and that's how I knew that I wanted to try it out. All right, Rennie Martin is going to go up against Ricky Henderson. There we go. You got everything in view. Let's get that a little bit higher up so we can get to the box, the scorecard. So Rennie Martin is going to face. Bring this down, a little shadow right there. There we go. All right, that's the best we can do right now. We're outdoors, so we're trying to make it work. Rennie Martin. Let's do Rennie Martin. He is a C today. And it's a 43, and a 43 is a blank, and on a C, it's going to be ball 4. So Henderson trots down to first on a base on balls. Here's Dwayne Murphy. And a 43 again, and a 43 is a base on balls, so back-to-back walks. First and second place hitters show a good eye and patience, and they make it to first, and here is Dave Reverie. And it's a 52. 52 is going to be a KD check with a 2. That may be a strikeout. And oh, just missed it. It's a 1 only on the C. So a 52, we're going to pull a card, and it's going to tell us that a 52 is going to be a check on the shortstop. Check on the shortstop, and the shortstop is going to be UL Washington. UL Washington's error rating, and it's right there. It's going to be a 9 error rating. So if we roll less than a 9, we're okay. No, actually, if we roll within the 9, it's going to be an error, and it is going to be an error. And that, I think we'll load the bases. Let's see what it says. It says an error. It was a 52, so an error with 1 star. That means 1 base advance. So the bases are loaded. It's ground ball and dropped by the shortstop, UL Washington. Bases are loaded now for the Athletics. The Athletics have won a bunch of games in a row. So it's Rennie Martin, bases loaded. Infield is halfway. They're willing to concede a run to get that double play. And here's Wayne Gross. It's a 34. 34 is a blank. And the 34 is a base hit single. Let's see if the runner on second will score. And it says if center fielder arm is weak or average, he scores. Otherwise, with 2 outs, they all score. But there are not 2 outs. Let's check the center fielder's arm. Center fielder today is Otis. Let's see what kind of an arm Otis has got. I could write all this down. His arm is average, an average 3 arm. So, what did it say? It said W, average or weak arm, he scores. So it's a 2-run single. And we can pull another card to see what happens with the runner on first. Well, actually, no. We want to, and the other runner's going to hold at second base. So the throw is cut off. Henderson scores. Murphy scores. And a 2-run single by Wayne Gross. Stopping at second is Revering. He drives in 1, 2, and it's 2-0 Athletics, just like that here in the bottom of the first inning. All right. So first and second, and nobody out. Here's a pitch to Mitchell Page. Another left-hand hitter. That's a 35 this time. That's a blank, and the 35 is going to be an out. What kind of an out? Is to 3 runners on first and second, and a 3 runners are going to advance. So it's a ball hit. Oh, wait a second. He's a lefty, so it's a ball hit to the first baseman, and the runners will advance. Taking it himself is the first baseman, Pete Lecoq. So second and third now with 1 out. And Tony Armas. And we're going to play infield in on this one, because there's nobody to get there's no way to get a double play unless we walk Armas and pitch to Essien. I just don't want to load the bases right now. All right, it's going to be a 22, and a 22, Armas 22 is going to be a base hit single. And let's see if the runner on second will score. It says scores if W, and again it's the center field. So he will score a 2-run single. 2-run score again, so it's 4-0 Athletics. All right. And he drives in 3 and 4, and the pitching coach is going to go out to talk to Rennie Martin. Take a quick sip. Gotta go pick up more lemonade tomorrow. All right. So Tony Armas picks up a couple RBIs. The A's lead at 4-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. And here's Essien with a runner on first. Here's a pitch. That's a 16. 16 is an out. And it's a 12. That's going to be popped up to the shortstop. Next up is Mickey Klutz. He's the shortstop today. Here's a pitch. And a 63, and that's a blank. And it goes here, and that's going to be an out. Right back to the pitcher, and that retires the side. So, it's going to be 4 runs on a couple of 2-run singles, one by Gross and one by Armas. A couple of walks and an error. So it's 4-0 Athletics after 1 complete. All right, so here comes Matt Keogh again. Let me see where I can put this. There we go. Here's a pitch to John Walker, leading it off. That is a 16. The 16 is an out. We roll an 18. That's lifted center field. Over is Murphy. 1 down. Amos Otis is next. And it's a 65. Now 65 is usually a home run off the pitcher card. So we're going to look under A, and that's a 1 to 9. What do we roll? A 19. So that's he's a righty, so it's a fly ball to left field. 2 out. And here's Pete Lecoq, 51. We're going to check for the KD. That's the roll for the KD, which means it could be a strikeout, but it's not. It's too high. It would have to be a 1 to 3. So we're going to roll for it's a 51. We're going to check and see what kind of an error it is. It's an error to shortstop. I'm going to roll. The shortstop, we said, was an 8 or a 9. He already made a... Wait a second. Who's up? No. It's Mickey Klutz is the shortstop. Mickey Klutz is the shortstop. We're going to see what Klutz is. Klutz is at shortstop. His error rating is an 8. So we're going to roll 8 or less, and it's an error. Otherwise, he makes the play, and it's a 7. He boots it. So a 2 out, E6. And Klutz makes the error with 2 outs, and that puts Gillicock at first base, and here's Clint Hurdle. Pitch from Matty Keough. It's a 32. 32 is a blank. And we go to 32 on Matty Keough, and the 32 is an out. The 11 is going to be grounded to a little number in front of the plate. Out from behind the plate, pouncing on it is Essien over to first, and that retires the side. So no runs, no hits, 1 left. The error, both teams have 1 error, and we move to the bottom of the second. So this game plays very fluidly and very quickly for all the depth and detail that it has. Very impressive. In the bottom of the inning, we are looking at Mike Edwards, the 9th place batter, leading off against Rennie Martin. And that's going to be a 12. A 12 is an out, and that is going to be a 12 popped up. And that is... Oh, Batman left. Okay, that's the behind the plate. And going back, there's Wathan. He makes the catch. So in foul territory. So next up is Ricky Henderson. Ricky Henderson walked and scored a run. That's a 31, and that's a little ground ball. I am through for a base hit, so Henderson's been on twice today. Once with a walk, once with a single. Here's Dwayne Murphy. 1 out, 1 on. Dwayne Murphy. Oh, wait. I put it in the wrong spot because... All right, here goes. And that's a 61. 61 is a blank. 61 is going to be a strikeout. All right, so 2 outs. And up comes Dave Revering. It's a 56. That's a blank. We go to 56, and that's a K. Back-to-back Ks. Let's make it look like that. If they're both ugly, we won't see how ugly it is. There you go. All right, that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left, and we go to top of the 3rd inning. Up come the Kansas City Royals and Matty Keough for the Athletics. I'm going to let the dogs in. UL Washington's leading it off. All right. So let's lead it off here. We're going to look at UL Washington's card. And that's going to be a 24, and that's an out with the 9. And the 9 is going to be a fly to right. 7 is a fly to left, 8 is a fly to center, and a 9 is a fly to right. Pretty simple. Very simple to learn this game. Willie Wilson. That's a 35. Look at, of course, the batter card always first. That's a blank, and a 35 under the A is an out. The 19 is a fly to right, back-to-back fly outs. Armas under this one, and hauls it in, 2 down. Here's Frank White. White hit into fielder's choice. And it's going to be a 63. That's a blank. And we go 63, and that's an out. What kind of an out? It is a ground out to the first baseman, and that retires the side. Oh, Frank White's out. Hold on. Yeah. Three up, 3 down for Keough. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Now, I bought the PDF, so I printed these out. Here's Rennie Martin. Going to face Gross, who singled home 2 runs in that 1st inning. Page and Armas. Here's a pitch from Rennie Martin. That's a 45. A 45 is a blank. We look at Rennie Martin. A 45 is a base on ball. So lead runner is on base. Here's Mitchell Page. That's a 35. 35 is a blank, and the 35 is going to be an out. What kind of an out? Oh, that's a 6. That could be a double play. And it's going to be a double play unless the shortstop has a weak arm, and I do not think that UL Washington has a weak arm. So let me just check. And it does say UOY. Shortstop, weak arm, fielder's choice. He does have a weak arm, so it's a fielder's choice. That's all they get. 6'4". So Mitchell Page is on at first with one out here in the bottom of the third. 4-0 Athletics. Pitch from Rennie Martin, 1980 replay. And it's a 24. So a 24 is going to be a hit by pitch on a 1 or 2. It's a 14, so it's going to be an out. I can use that 14 for the out. I don't feel like rolling again. It's going to be a bouncer to second base. Oh, let's see, because there is a runner on first. Strong arm second baseman gets a double play, and the second baseman is White. He is a pretty good. I remember him as a pretty good defender, and his arm rating is a W. So no, it's just a fielder's choice. This time it's 4-6, and Armas is on a fielder's choice. Okay, and here's Jim Essien. Essien popped up to the shortstop. Here's a pitch, and that's a 12. The 12 is an out, and a 1 is a comebacker right at Martin. Picks it up, throws to first, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, 1 left, a walk, and then we move on to the top of the fourth. So that's it. That's 3 innings of Fall Classic Baseball, and you can see how easy it plays. And it's really a blast. And from the top of the fourth, we will continue in a bit. It's George Brett, Willie Aikens, and John Wathen. So come back for part 2. All right, we are playing part 2 at the top of the fourth inning. The score's 4-0 Athletics. They came up with 4 runs in the bottom of the first on a couple of walks and an error on the shortstop, and then a couple of 2-run singles. All right, Matt Keogh is facing George Brett, who's 1 for 1 today. He has stolen base as well. Remember, George Brett batted .390. Pretty amazing. That's going to be a 45. That's a blank, so we're going to go over to Keogh's A. It's an out. It's a comebacker to Keogh. Picks it up, throws to first, 1 away. So retires George Brett, and that's an accomplishment. And here goes Willie Mays Aikens. He struck out in his first at bat, and that's going to be a snake eye. Snake eyes is potentially a walk, and it's a base on balls. So Aikens walks. He's on at first. Here's John Wathen. Pitch to Wathen, a 41. 41's a blank, but that's usually a walk. It is back-to-back walks. So both pitchers now have given up back-to-back walks. Amos Otis, runners on first and second, 1 out. Here's a pitch. And that's a 3-2. 3-2 is a blank, and the 3-2 is an out. It's a fly ball left field, shallow left field. Nobody's advancing on this. Pete Lecoq with 2 outs and 2 on. Here's the pitch from Keogh. That's a 45. 45 is a blank, and a 45 will be a bouncer. He's a lefty to first base to retire the side. I got to let the dog in. Hold on, give me a second. Sorry, I'll fix that. I know there's a little shadow in the upper right-hand corner, but we're not going to worry about that. So that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's going to be the Oakland Athletics. And they're going to be leading off. Ray Martin's still in there. It's going to be Klutz, Edwards, the bottom of the order. Klutz, Edwards, and then it turns over to the top with Henderson. All right, so let's put that up here. And here goes. We're reading the red and then the white. The big D20 is in case we need it. It's a 16. It's a strikeout. So Klutz swings and misses at a slider from Martin. Started in the strike zone, moved out of the strike zone. That's a great thing about a slider. That's a 45. It's a blank. And a 45 is a base on balls. So Edwards walks. It's right there, 45. Runner on first, and here is Ricky Henderson. Oh, you know what? Let's roll the whole thing in. That's a foul ball. A souvenir for a lucky fan. Here's a pitch to Henderson. It's a 31. That's going to be another base hit, and it is a base hit single with a runner on first. Will he go to third? It says F or A to third. So if he's fast or he's slow, so he stops at second base. First and second. Oh, again, I committed the same mistakes. There you go. So Ricky Henderson's 2 for 2. Remember, Ricky Henderson batted 300, so he should be getting some hits. And the replay is batting about 280, 290. So Henderson's on at first, and here's Murphy. First and second, one out. Pitch from Martin. 35. 35 is a blank, and a 35 is an out. A 2. It's going to be a fly ball center field. And it's 2 down. And here comes Dave Revering. Revering is 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch from Martin. It's a 62. That's a blank, and a 62 is a fly ball to center field again. Under it is Amos Otis, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left, and we go to top of the 5th. 4-0 Athletics in the top of the 5th inning. It's going to be the bottom of the order. Hurdle, Washington, and then it comes around again to the top with Willie Wilson. So Matt Keogh is facing Clint Hurdle. Let's see if we can move that up just a little bit and try to get that in there so we can write in that box. Okay, there goes. Here goes the pitch. It's a 31. That's usually a hit. 9 times out of 10 it is. So it's a little ground ball and through into center field. Past the diving second baseman. So leadoff hitter is on, and here's UL Washington. It's a 25. 25 is an out, a 5. And he is a switch hitter batting from the left side, so that's going to go to the first baseman. And if the first 5, yep, it's going to be a strong arm first baseman. It's a 3-6-3 double play. Revering is a strong arm, so he turns it to second for 1, back to first in time. 2 out, nobody on. And here's Willie Wilson, top of the 5th. It's a 31. That's going to be another hit. I wrote like 31 and 41 so many times in this game. It's a base hit. It's a little bloop. Dunks in front of the center fielder. And it's Frank White. Runner on first. 2 outs. Pitch to White. It's a 34. That's a blank. And a 34 is going to be an out. A 7 is popped up. Shallow left. Racing in is Henderson. Going back is the shortstop, Klutz, and the third baseman. And it's Henderson. Who makes the catch, no runs, 2 hits, 1 left, and we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. We're doing the second. This is the second part, so you can stop it and think about it, and then come back to it. Come to the second part. This is another 3 innings. We're in the bottom of the 5th here. Rennie Martin is still in there. Rennie Martin can go 27 batters. He's gone 18, 19, 20, 21. So here's Wayne Gross. Wayne Gross today is singled, driven in 2 runs, and then walked. That's a 21. A 21 is an out. What kind of an out? To fly to left. All right, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. 4-0 Athletics. Mitchell Page. It's a 4-3. 4-3 is a blank, and a 4-3 is a base on balls. So Rennie Martin's really struggling with the walks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks so far in this game. And here is Armas. That's a 55. That's going to be a drive. And that's going to be 1 hop off the wall. Let's see if Page will score. It's from 1 fast, will score. And they're going to wave him in, and here's the throw, and not in time. So it's an RBI double. An RBI double for Armas. That's his 3rd RBI of the game. And here's Estienne with a runner on second and 1 out. It's 5-0. That's a 55. It's another base hit. And will he score from second base? I believe he's an average base. Oh no, he's fast, so he will score. 6-0. Lions went to center, 1 hop, and around to score is Armas. It's an RBI. He picked up an RBI. He drove in number 5, and he drove in number 6. 6th place batter, 5th place batter. That's how I do it. Here's Mickey Klutz with a runner on first. So remember that first inning saw basically only 2 earned runs. The other 2 were unearned. So Rennie Martin up to this point has allowed 4 runs. He can go 27 batters. I think he's reached that actually. This I believe is This would be, oh no, this would be his 27th batter down here. Okay, so he has not gotten there yet. So he's good. And here's Klutz with a 46. 46 is a ballpark, so we got to grab the ballpark card. We are in Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. We're going to look at that 5, and that 5 turns into a foul ball. He's a righty, and that will be picked up or grabbed by the first baseman, so that's 2 down. Klutz pops up, and here's Edwards. Rennie Martin to Edwards, a 63. That's a blank, and that's an out, and that's lifted to left center field. On the run is the left fielder Wilson, and he tracks it down to retire the side. 2 runs on 2 hits, and they lead it by a score of 6-0 Athletics. We go to the top of the 6th inning. And it's Matt Keogh. There we go. Matt Keogh will face George Brett for the 3rd time. Basically, George Brett singled once, and he retired them on a ground ball right back to the pitcher in the 2nd at bat in the 4th. Here's George Brett's 3rd at bat. And that's going to be a 51. That's going to be a KD check, and the 3 is going to be strike 3, and he gets Brad. What a pitch. All right, gets him on the curve. And here's Willie Aikens, who's 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. That's a 54. That's going to be a wild chart, a 54 chart, and it's right here. Base is empty. Pitcher knocks down the ball. So check the E rating for Keogh. The E rating is a 12. We roll a 7. That will be an error. So fires and roll a wild throw, batter to second. So it's a 2-base error on the pitcher. And that's the 2nd error for the Athletics today. So Aikens is on at second. He's slow, so he'll be playing it safe. And here is John Wathan. Remember, it's 6-0. 1 out, runner on second, and it's John Wathan, who is 0 for 1. That's a 31. That should be a base hit. Yep, it is. And let's see if Aikens scores. No, it does not score. So it's 1st and 3rd now. And here is Amos Otis. I rolled a lot of 31s in this one. Oh, that's a 65. It was a 55. Became a home run, potential home run. And that 3 is a deep drive off the bat of Otis, way back left center field, and that ball's out of here. 3-run shot. And the score now is 6-3. 1 run scores. 2-run score. And with the home run, the Otis home run, 3-run score. He drives in 4, 5, and 6. Batters 4, 5, and 6. There you go. So 3 RBIs on the home run by Amos Otis, and it's a 6-3 ball game. Here's Pete Lecoq. Here's a pitch from Keogh. That's a 34. It's a blank, and an out will be a fly to right. That's out number 2. And here's Clint Hurdle. Clint Hurdle is 1 for 2 today. Here's a pitch, and that's a 21. A 21 is strike 3, and he retires aside. But they pick up 3 runs on a 3-run homer, and the error helped out on 2 hits, and we move to the bottom of the 6th. It's 6-3. Rennie Martin's still in there, but Rennie Martin, once he gives up a hit, he will have to be replaced. All right, so here is Ricky Henderson leading it off against Rennie Martin. It's going to be a 33. That's going to be line base hit, center field. Line single for Henderson, and he has a chance to steal. There he goes. Throw down, not in time. Stolen base for Henderson. Around second, and he will, if Martin is fatigued now, so we're going to go to the bullpen and bring in a new pitcher. All right, we're back, and Gary Christensen is going to come in to pitch in relief of Rennie Martin, and it's Dwayne Murphy. Runner on second base, and nobody out. That's a 16. A 16 is a 1-3 strikeout. It's a 7. So we're going to say it's a 6, which is a potential double play unless the shortstop, Yoel Washington, is a W. So it's going to be oh, wait, there's a runner on second. And the runner, I believe, will hold on this. Runner on second holds. So better out in 56 to 64. No, he advances. So it's a ground ball to short. Runner holds, and up comes Revering. And Christensen's a lefty. Here's a pitch to Revering, and that's a 12. A 12 is an out. On a 4, that's grounded to second base. Runner will advance on this. So Henderson goes over to third, 2 out. And here's Wayne Gross. Wayne Gross so far today has 1 for 2 with a walk and a 2-run single. Here's a pitch, and that is a 24. 24 is going to be hit by pitch, 1-2, and it's a 5. So it will be an out, and it will be a bounce out to second base to retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, a stolen base, 1 left, and we move to the top of the 7th inning. So Christensen does the job. All right, Matty Keogh is pitching a pretty decent ball game. Scores 6-3 here in the top of the 7th inning. It's going to be UL Washington leading off. And here's a pitch, and that's a 64. 64 is a blank, and it's an out. It's a bouncer to second base. Up with it is Edwards, and throws out Washington. 1 down. Here's Willie Wilson, and that's a 23. 23 is a strikeout. So it gets Wilson on the high cheese. And here's Frank White. And that's a 54 chart check. And it says strike 3 if the catcher. Let's check the catcher, because this is one of those catcher situations where the catcher's ability behind the plate has an effect. And the catcher's range is a G. So let's see what it says. It says if catcher is a G, if strike 3 if catcher rating is a G. So it is strike 3, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, 3 up, 3 down. We move to the 7th inning stretch. I will stop the video right there. This next up is part 3 to finish the game. It's 6-3. Pretty good game. We're back, bottom of the 7th. Mitchell Page, Tony Armas, and Essien. Page today is 0 for 2, but he's walked and scored a run. 6-3 Athletics. Second place, 26, and that versus a righty is going to be a single, but versus a lefty is going to be an out. And a 19 is a fly to right. Nice running catch by the right fielder, Clint Hurdle. 1 down. Tony Armas is up next. Armas is 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. He's got a single, a double, and a hit into a fielder's choice. Here's a pitch, and that's a 64. That's a blank. Christensen is a B, and that's going to be an out. It's going to be a bouncer to third base, over to first in time, 2 down. Essien today's 1 for 3. It's got also an RBI. That's a 22, and a 22 is going to be a potential walk on a 1, but otherwise it's a fly to center, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down. All right, George Brett against Matt Keogh. You know, in 1980, most of these athletic starters completed their game. So expect to see a complete game here. He's got 20. He can go 36 batters. He's gone 27, 20, 29. So he's got a way to go. Here's a pitch to George Brett, and George Brett flies 1 to right. Settling under it is Armas, and he makes the catch. Willie Aikens now, and a 63, and that's going to be a hard hit ground ball to first base. Revering plays it himself, 2 down. And now it's Wathen. It's going to be a 54 chart. And with nobody on base, it's a fly ball to left. Roll against the error. We did. It's a catch, a diving catch by Ricky Henderson. 3 up, 3 down, no runs. No hits, none left. And we move to the bottom of the 8th. Christensen's still in there. 31 innings pitched in 24 games. You know what? We'll pull Christensen. We're going to bring in Marty Patton. Marty Patton actually pitched in this game as well, so we're going to kind of make it realistic. He's already gone. Christensen's already gone 2 innings, so let's bring in Patton here. So Marty Patton versus Mickey Klutz. Slide this up a little bit so you can still see it, and we can still get in here. So Klutz today is 0 for 3. It's a pitch. It's a 46. That's going to be, ballpark. Ballpark with a 17. That's line base hit, and he's going to try for 2 here. Who's the left fielder? Left fielder is Wilson. And Wilson's arm. Let's check Wilson's arm. Wilson's arm is going to be an average arm. So 1 to 3, he is out. And the throw to second, he is out at second base. So a single by Klutz, and he tried to stretch it, and he's thrown out by Wilson. And it's going to be a 7 to 4. So 1 away. And here's Mike Edwards. That's a 44. That should be a line base hit. Single for Edwards. He's 1 for 3. Ricky Henderson's up next. Steps in the box, bats from the right side. Today, Henderson is 3 for 3 with a walk and a run scored and a stolen base. Here's a pitch from, I never rolled for Patton. I'll do it right now. See what Patton is. Patton is at 11, so he's a B, in case I need it. And here's Ricky Henderson with a 12. A 12 is going to be a base on balls. And that pushes Edwards to second base with 1 out. First and second. Here is Dwayne Murphy. Pitch to Murphy. That's a 41. A 41 is a blank. And under a B, it's a base on balls that loads the bases. Bases loaded for the A's again. They're up 6-3 and have a chance here to add on some extra runs. Here's Revering. The infield's going to be halfway. Here's a pitch, and that is a 34. 34 is a blank, and the 34 is a base hit single. That'll score 1 at least. Will it score 2? And it will score 2. So a 2-run single, and it's 8 to 3 now. Revering, 9 and 1 in the batting order, so 2 RBIs. And will Murphy make it to third? First to third. F to third. He does make it to third. All right, so first and third, and it's 8 to 3 now here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And here's Wayne Gross. Again, infield is halfway. And it's a 53. That's a potential range play. Range play who? The left fielder. And with a 53, with the first roll is going to be a KD check, which doesn't fall within that. So here's for the range, and it's a 10. He should catch it. Range to the left fielder. Wilson should have decent range, at least a 10. Let's see if he does or not. Wilson's range will be an 18. He does have outstanding range. He makes a nice running catch. Now, will this be a sacrifice fly? And it says it here, 53. He makes the catch. All right, all runners hold their base on that. So we got first and third, and that's going to be a fly out to a nice running catch by Willie Wilson in left on a range play. And here comes Mitchell Page. And I don't know. Oh, it was a KD check, and the KD check was a check for second baseman error. That was the KD. It could be a strikeout, but it's not. It's too high. And a 9. Ooh, a 9. Second baseman is Frank White. Let's see what Frank White does on that. Frank White's error rating at second base is going to be a 3. So he does not make many errors. He makes a nice play, and that retires a side. 4-3. All right. So, but the A's pick up a couple of runs. 2 runs. 2 runs on 3 hits. And they lead it by a score of 8 to 3. Now we go to last licks for the Kansas City Royals. Matt Keogh is trying to complete the game. All right, so let's bring it down here. Matt Keogh. Let's get him in the picture. It's going to be Otis, Lecoq, and Hurdle. I'm not doing any pinch hitters. And here's a pitch, and it's a 35. A 35 is a blank, and a 35 is an out, and that's a ground ball to short. Let me just double check in the book. 16. Still learning some things. Yep, it's a grounder short. 1 away. Bounce to the shortstop. Klutz up with it. Fires the first and in time. Here's Pete Lecoq with 1 out. Top of the 9th. 8 to 3 Athletics. 2 outs away from victory. And it's a 41. That should be a base on balls, and it will be a base on balls. So a 1 out walk, and here comes Clint Hurdle. 62. 62 is a blank, and that's a 15. So 62 is going to be a strikeout. So Hurdle strikes out, and here's UL Washington. A 13. A 13 is an out. That is a 2, a fly ball. Center field on the run is Murphy, and Murphy tracks it down. Ball game over. No runs, no hits, 1 left, a walk, and the Athletics defeat the Royals by a score of 8-3. Royals had a couple of 4 hits, 6 hits, 1 error, and at least 1 more game, 1 or 2 more games with the Royals. Royals are tough, so we did a good job. The Athletics had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hits for the Athletics. So it's 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Royals, and 8 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for the Athletics. The victory goes to Keogh. The loss goes to Martin. And basically it was 3 runs allowed, but only 2 earned runs on 6 hits. Keogh went the complete game victory, 9 innings. He walked 1 there, 3 altogether in the game. See how many strikeouts. These guys weren't big strikeout guys. 4 or 5 strikeouts. That's not too shabby. 6 strikeouts, not bad. Gave up 1 home run. No hit by pitch, no walks. Won the game. And Rennie Martin got beat up. He went 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, but only 4 earned. So he went 5 innings, 6 runs, 4 earned. Had trouble with walks, with control. 4 walks. Let me see, let's make sure. 1 there, 2, 3, 5 walks. And he struck out 2 in the second inning, 3 strikeouts. And hits, let's subtract the hits. He gave up 7 hits. So he went 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, 6 runs, only 4 earned runs. And 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. No home runs, no hit by pitch, no wild pitch, and he takes the loss. And that's it. That's our basically playthrough / tutorial. And try this game. It's a blast. You will not regret it. It's easy to play. Just have to memorize just a couple of things, and it's got a lot of color and detail, and it gives you, just on one roll, you get a lot of things you don't get in a lot of other games. I had a catcher pick off a player at first the other day, which is, something that doesn't always happen. But the catcher had a strong arm, so he made a great play, a great pickoff play at first base, and you just get a lot of things that you don't normally get in a lot of the games in a very very easy way, very fluid, manner. And of course, they have every season available, which is a big plus, and they have every player, so I can use these unknown players, which I like to do. I like to use those unknown players that have 3 at bats in a season. All right, there's something about that just I don't know, interests me. So anyway, this is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. I will see you guys soon. Final score: Oakland 8, Kansas City 3. And I'll come back, and next game I'll be indoors at my other computer, and I'll have the records. I know the A's are in second place, the Royals are in first place by about 4 games, I believe. So they'll pick up a game on the Royals here. So I think they're behind. They're in second place by 3.5 games right now. And this game was finishing. I'll tell you when this game was played. This game was played May 26, 1980, Monday. See ya.